It's a beautiful Friday, sunny out, a bit cooler than it's been, but this will be an old school kind of adventure. There's no rope involved, just off-trail hiking to two beautiful waterfalls today. I've had these on my Google Maps for a while, saved to come look at, and today's the day. This is definitely the path less traveled. Beautiful forest here, part of the Gifford. I am in the same area that you would pass going to Falls Creek Falls and Panther Creek. So plenty of waterfall adventures to be had in this area for sure. I gotta say, walking through the forest like this is so much more fun than bushwhacking in an area where there's been fire damage and the trees don't absorb all the sunlight. And here I made it to a section that seems like a faint path. Here's some evidence of something walking and a slight game trail. Coming down this, I found the creek down in the distance. Hopefully you can hear it. Look at this cool little creek. And as I suspected, we landed a bit above the waterfall, which is usually my favorite place to start. And then just like that, I think we're finding our waterfall. So I made it, I found it. Really not that far from where I parked, maybe a couple hundred yards. And if you are expecting what I normally show, a huge plunging waterfall, not this time. Here it is. Necktie Falls is the proposed name for this waterfall, but in actuality, this waterfall, I don't believe, has an official name. It's a slightly sloping slide-style waterfall that in total, from the upper tier that you saw in the first clip to the very bottom, is recorded to be 300 feet. This middle tier is the longest drop of the waterfall, I think about 150 feet. There is another drop just below this where the creek hooks to the left, and I believe another 50 or 60 foot drop. Incredible. Well, after about an hour or so spending time at that waterfall, Necktie Falls, a beautiful slide waterfall. I didn't make it to the bottom tier, but I think I might have got it on drone. So if you want to come out here and see the whole thing, there's 300 feet of a beautiful sliding waterfall hidden in the Gifford off this little forest road. It's a little bumpy, but it ain't too bad. On to the next one. Part two for the day. We are going to a 130 foot plunge style waterfall this time, a more spectacular looking waterfall than the slide waterfall we just saw. And on the way below is this incredible swimming hole. How cool is this? Amazing. What a pretty spot. This is the start of our trail. What a beautiful area. A lovely sound. And every once in a while you'll see this kind of path that kind of helps you get out of walking in the creek. It's my understanding that locals come here
because of the plunge pool at the bottom of this waterfall. Really pretty. And there are some areas where you can stay out of the water, but I would say half this trek is going to be in the creek, out of the creek, in the creek, out of the creek. We're going to see if it's worth it. Now, for a little while, I did try and do some of this hike, avoiding getting in the water, and it could be done, but being that I'm in a bit of a hurry to make sure I get here before it gets dark, sometimes you just got to say, you know what, F it, I'm getting in the water. The creek itself is really pretty, so it's not a bad walk. We'll see. Hopefully I'm going in the right direction. I didn't do much research to get to this falls. I just kind of know that people come here and it's really pretty. So I marked it on my GPS and I'm just trying to get there, and I think it's pretty easy to follow the path to get to the waterfall. That being said, I don't want to encourage anybody to come here and then you get lost. There's definitely not an official trail to this waterfall. But I mean, look at this. What a view. It's so pretty. After zigzagging my way through the creek and out of the creek and finding little paths like this, I can finally see the waterfall in the distance through the trees. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty amazing. All in all, I think this hike is about 0.8 of a mile. So a little over a mile and a half round trip. I wouldn't really call this a tough bushwhack, but for people that are used to like really nice trails that are easy to follow and you're not going to be getting wet or having leaves brush up against you, yeah, this is not that kind of trail. This is some of the log jam stuff that I was talking about that you have to get around, and you always want to be careful when you're going over logs, because as I was crossing this one, as you can see, my foot went right through it right there. And there's plenty of it to go around. After a little bit of trouble of making it through that, some logs and debris in the way that kind of treacherous, but it's not too bad. We have arrived. I give you Puff Falls. What a cool name. Here it is.
Before we start talking about the waterfall, yes, those are SpongeBob SquarePants socks. Don't hate. I had tucked my pants into my socks in a feeble attempt to keep them dry, which obviously didn't work. This waterfall, located in the Gifford Pinchot National Forest, named Puff Falls, is the accepted local name for this waterfall, but I don't believe it's what the Forest Service actually calls this. It's referred to as Dry Creek Falls. The flows in this creek are year-round. However, in winter months, the level gets so high that it pretty much makes the waterfall inaccessible. These falls are over 130 feet, dropping into a bowl-shaped amphitheater, resting at the bottom of which is this beautiful pool surrounded by a rocky beach. It's perfect for locals to go swimming and sunbathing in the summer, but it's not uncommon to have it all to yourself. What a waterfall.
On my way out, I'm finding it harder to follow the path back to the motorcycle, actually harder than it was finding it going to the waterfall. which is usually not the case. But if you come here, you should not have to tread any water deeper than your knee. If you ended up getting wet above your knee, you went the wrong way at some point. So zigzag your way through the creek and kind of trail that people have kind of made from the locals going. And it's not too bad to go see. Probably, that's probably one of the prettier waterfalls I've seen that didn't require some kind of rappelling to get to. That was amazing. Come early. Have it all to yourself. Lovely, lovely spot. And that was my Friday afternoon. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. What a way to end the day.